I'm here with Bob Bentz. He's the instructor of IMC 629 Mobile Marketing, as well as the president and CEO of Purple Gator. Nice to see you, Bob.
Thanks.
To start off our conversation today, if you would, just share an overview of your career history and your background, particularly that is related to your teaching in the IMC program here at WVU.
Well, I'm a graduate of both of the major universities in West Virginia. I got my bachelor's degree at WVU and an MBA at Marshall. My early career was in the television advertising business. And just prior to turning age 30, I became an entrepreneur, started my own company, grew a telecom company from a startup with no outside financing to 62.2 million in annual sales and 4 international offices. And in 2014, I entered the mobile and digital field with a startup called Purple Gator, which is a mobile-first marketing agency.
Great. So IMC 629 mobile marketing is offered as a requirement in the Digital Marketing Communications master's degree program, as well as an elective in the IMC program. What do you feel are the unique and defining characteristics of this course?
Well, the unique characteristics of this course, as far as the way I instruct in it, is I want the students to leave with having learned things that they can use in their career next week. I'm not so much on, book learning and philosophy of the subject matter. I want to teach real things that can be used in real life immediately.
So speaking to that, what are the top 3 takeaways that you hope that students get after they take IMC 629?
Yeah, top 3 takeaways I would say is that it's all about money, number one. When you go pitch your boss about needing a budget for mobile marketing, you're going to need to provide a budget, interim KPIs, and penultimate KPIs. And if you do that correctly, you just might get the budget so that you can succeed with that program. The other thing that we do, we have hands-on programs that we do within the course. One of the cool things that we do is we actually set up a Facebook advertising campaign. And the other thing we do is we actually set up a real-life text message marketing campaign.
Great. So oftentimes when students are planning their upcoming course schedule, they ask about the workload intensity of the courses. And they do this so that they can sort of plan their graduate studies along with all of life's other responsibilities. On a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the least intense and 5 being the most intense, how would you rate IMC 629 mobile marketing? And then what made you give it that intensity rating?
I'd give it a 3.75. Okay. I think it's a little more difficult. I do expect documentation every week and discussion topics that don't just mean one post, but I try and engage the students and give them more things to think about so they have to respond to. So I'd say it's a little harder than average, but not over the top.
Okay, great. So what if you were to give advice to incoming students, what would you tell them they need to do in order to be successful in the course?
Having background, having already worked in the real world is certainly a huge advantage. But for students that are just coming out of the bachelor program, they tend to have the advantage of having always been on their phone. They've grown up with technology. They're awesome at it. And if you have that and you spend your time on social media and doing various mobile marketing things, it's really going to help you because you're going to have the background to perform in the class.
So switching a little bit from the course specific to you, what makes you excited about mobile marketing, about the field?
Yeah, I got involved in mobile marketing way back in 2002. And back then it was text message only. Really, no one had smartphones yet. So I've kind of seen it grow from its infancy. My first venture into the business was actually in providing downloadable ringtones. And that was a hugely successful business that we got into. So I have really watched it mature over time. And, I've seen it now for 20 years. And, having started in it, and seen it grow to really companies doing some amazing things right now with apps and with MMS marketing. It's really exciting. And, I always say to people, I like it almost as much as baseball.
Very good. So Bob, what is your personal teaching style, and how do you meaningfully engage with students that are in your courses?
Yeah, I'd say my teaching style is, real world opportunities, real world things that you can put into place next week. I had one student who on the final, the student is required to make a presentation through all the things that they've learned over the previous 7 weeks in an attempt to get a mobile marketing budget from your boss. Not only did that student get an A on the coursework, but she also actually presented it to her real life boss and got a $150,000 budget for the upcoming year. So that to me was one of the greatest things, because I saw a student really put what she learned and make real life success out of it.
It's great. It's always nice to see that connection with student career success and what they're doing in the classroom. So this may be a little bit redundant to the last question, but what do you think defines you as an instructor?
I think what defines me as an instructor is this is what I do. This is what I do every day. This is how I put bread on the table. This is how I plan for my retirement. So, I'm not just in this because I'm interested in the subject and I read a couple books. This is what I do every day. I consider myself to be an expert in the subject, and I have to keep up with it because there's a lot of people out there much younger and much smarter than me who are creating things. And it's important that I read up on it every weekend, that I attend trade shows, that I write a book. I've written my own book for the class. So this all helps me really stay abreast of what's going on in the industry. And the other thing that I do is I change the course every time I teach it because there's always current events that are no longer current and more current things that need to be put in. So you can bet that when you take the course, you won't be seeing something from a couple of years ago. You'll be seeing what happened last month.
That's fantastic, and very much in line with, with our program's philosophy of ensuring that our instructors are academic practitioners that stay up to date. And you're a rock star. So last question that I have for you is, what has been your favorite aspect of teaching in WVU's online marketing communications graduate programs?
Well, for me, I've always had a passion for the university. I'm a graduate, I'm a football season ticket holder. So, WVU did an awful lot for me. And yeah, this is extra work for me. And my wife always says, do you really want to put in all that extra work? You work so hard now. And the answer to that is yes, because I always want to give back. And this is my way of giving back to the university that was so good to me and really set me on the course that I've had of success in my own career. So that's why I do it.
Okay. Well, Bob, thank you very much for your time and your insights on IMC 629 mobile marketing.
Okay, thanks. Take the class. You won't be disappointed.